Alright, what is up YouTube? So today I'm going to be showing you another crazy Lunalight deck, and that is Lunalight Quasar, or Lunalight Quasar Blazar, whatever you want to call it. And this deck is pretty insane, but when you break it down, it's pretty simple, at least for a lot of synchro players that are terping out Quasar and stuff like that. So the basic combo is you just use Lunalight cards because Lunalights are so generic and they're so powerful that you just summon a bunch of monsters on the field in one turn. You're going to be using those monsters to make Skull Dread, and then Skull Dread drawing into your Ferret, and then Ferret summons out your Blackwing Steam the Cloak, Doppel Warrior, and Glow Bulb, which are just the most insane cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! All these cards used to be insane. Blackwing Steam the Cloak is insane in Link format. You know, Doppel Warrior and Glow Bulb have been insane for a long time, and they are used to make Quasar and Blazar. So let's get on to the deck profile, because I do want to explain some of the cards in the deck profile so you know what everything does. Blackwing Steam the Cloak gets a token, and it special summons itself from the graveyard by attributing a monster. Doppel Warrior, when it's synchro summoned, basically, you get 2 tokens. Glow Bulb special summon from the grave by milling 1. Jet Synchron, sending a card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon it from the graveyard to the field, and then banish it when it leaves the field. Zephyros the Elite, you know, bounce a card from your hand from the field to special summon it, and then you take 400 damage. That is why it's very important, because of rescue. You can add your rescue ferret from your deck to your hand, so pretty good. Emerald Bird, pretty standard, because you can send your Serenade Dance or your Martin and then get a draw, and then you can use the cards in the graveyard effect. So you can add with Martin to add your Serenade Dance, and then Dance, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard to special on Lunalight. And then you have Kaleido Chick, which is pretty good because you can send your Martin, do crazy combos and all that stuff. Lunalight Kaleido Chick is just really insane. It's not once per turn. You can send any of your Lunalight cards. You can deck thin, so you can have less cards to draw into for your Rescue Ferret. So pretty good. And then you have your Lunalight Tiger, your Monster Reborn. Pretty much you're going to be looping Martin and Tiger, which is pretty insane. And then Rescue Ferret, the main card in the deck, you want to be drawing into this. If you hard draw into it, it's really good. If you don't, you use Sorry Agent to draw into it. Really insane. Then we have 2 Dark Worm, 1 Gauge 0, because these cards are really insane. Especially when you have a scale 5 and a scale 0, you can obviously pendulum summon. So you can pendulum summon your Zephyros to Elite if you can't get it to the graveyard with like Perfume or Dance. Really good. And then you have 2 Shrine, 1 Foolish to send your Dark Worm, or with Foolish you can send your Martin, then add Dance from your deck to your hand. Rescue, add your Rescue Ferret when you have lower life points than your opponent. 3 Tenkeys to search out any of your Lunalight cards. Foolish Barrel Goods to send Perfume. Best Lunalight card, being able to special summon a monster from the graveyard, and then discard 1 card to add a Lunalight from your deck to your hand. Then 1 Upstart Goblin, just to deck thin and to have less life points than your opponent, so you can resolve your rescue. And then 2 Dance, because you do play Emerald Bird, so it's really good to send with it, and also with the Perfume, and then Foolish Barrel Goods to send either one of them. So for the extra deck, this is pretty insane. We play 3 Sorry Agent Skull Dread, obviously the most broken card in this extra deck, besides like Quasar, but it's pretty hard to get out. And then we play 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Fortrix to add your Zephyros the Elite. You can also add the Steam the Cloak if you really want to. If you're going second, you can get like an extra monster on the field and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And then we have Hyper Librarian, the draw cards, obviously really good, especially if they do break through your board. You have like a ton of cards to play with, so pretty insane. Then we have Quasar, obviously the goal of this deck, and Blazar as well. 2 insane cards. 4,000 attack, being able to attack twice with the Quasar, negate anything with the Blazar and the Quasar, pretty good. Formula Synchron, this card used to be limited, as well as Librarian. They both draw really good, and it's a tuner, so you can make your Blazar or your Quasar with them. And then your Celestial Double Star Shaman, this is going to be able to summon your Doppel Warrior in the combo. And then you play the Blackwing Engine, which is your Rain Storms and your Rain Hitter. These two are used to special summon the rain hitter or to be a tuner for your Quasar. So really good. And then your Excel Synchron to send your Jet Synchron from the deck to the graveyard and lower its level. So the extra deck is pretty standard, just like a generic extra deck to combat the meta and stuff like that. So let's get on to the replay. So for the replay, I'm going to be explaining the more complicated parts of the replay, not really the Lunalight plays, because they're pretty standard. You're going to use, the effects to special summon and special summon over and over again until you can make Saryuja and until you draw into your ferret. So for the most part, I'm just going to be explaining the synchro part. Lunalights are pretty standard. You're going to just use Chick, Send, Martin, Perfume, Reborn, Tiger, Reborn, Martin, then Link into stuff. And then you're going to use Martin's effect or Zephyros the elite effect after you add it with Force Tricks and stuff like that. So I'm not really going to explain that. I'm just going to explain more of the synchro part because that is the more complicated section of this replay. So let's get started. Dark Worm, do all the shenanigans. You just want to get monsters on the field using the Lunalight cards to make your Saryuja. That is the main part of the Lunalight, just to do that. And, going second, you can make, Bulbasaur, Phoenix, stuff like that. But for the most part, you're just going to be using the Lunalights for the Saryuja. You're going to draw into your ferret, and this is where things are complicated. So you're going to special summon your Dot Warrior, the Steam Cloak, and your Glow Bulb, and then you're going to summon your Excel Synchron, and you're going to get 2 tokens from the Dot Warrior and then 1 from the Steam Cloak. Then you're going to use Excel Synchron to send your Jet Synchron from your deck to the graveyard, and then from there you're going to make your Librarian with 1 of the tokens and the Excel Synchron. Then you're going to use 1 of the tokens and Glow Bulb to make Shaman. Shaman's going to special summon the Doppel, and you're going to get a draw from the Librarian. So from there, you're going to link the token, the Shaman, and the Doppelwear to make your Rainstorm. You're going to get a draw from Librarian. You're going to get 2 tokens from your Doppelwarrior. From there, you're going to use Glow Bulb's effect to, special summon itself and then make the Rain Hinder with the Glow Bulb and the token. And then you're going to use Steam the Cloak to tribute 1 of the tokens, and then use your Rain Hinder and your Steam the Cloak to make a Rainstorm and then get another token from the Steam the Cloak. And then from there, you're going to use the effect of the Rainstorm to special summon your Rain Hinder. And then you have a level 2, a level 5 tuner. Because of its effect, it's going to change itself to a tuner. And then your other Rainstorm for your first Quasar. And then from there, you get your draws from your Librarian. So from the summon of your Rainstorms and your Hinder, you're going to draw cards. And then obviously for Quasar, you're going to draw cards as well. And then, from here, you're going to be making the Blazar. You're going to use the effect of the Rainstorm to special summon the Rainstorm from the graveyard. And then you're going to use Jet Synchron's effect, discard a card, special summon itself. And then you're going to use a token and the Jet Synchron to make Formula Synchron. And then you're going to use the 3 synchros, Hyper Librarian, your Rainstorm, and then your Formula Synchron to make your, Blazar. And that is when the replay ends. You draw a bunch of cards. It doesn't really matter. You're going to have a whole bunch of cards in your hand. You're going to have about 12 to 10 cards in your hand after making all the plays. And that's basically the combo. You're just going to be going in this exact order of plays, Excel Synchron, then Shaman, then you go into Librarian, and then you just make all of the Blackwing stuff. And the Blackwing stuff is going to get you to the Quasar, and then at the end you make Formula Synchron to get that tuner on the field for your Blazar. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this replay, this deck profile. It's pretty good. I came up with it like 2 days ago. It was pretty insane. I remember getting challenged on making this deck, so I thought it was pretty cool to show you guys on my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I am out.